Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for allowing me to join the committee today. I appreciate our panel today. I wish we had more time because I think we're covering some very important topics, and I'm concerned about the consumer-operated and oriented plans. It may be no surprise to you from Tennessee that being from Nebraska, we've had some issues. To date, HHS has awarded a reported $2 billion in federal loans to establish these plans. I've asked HHS some questions, and I await the answers even still. Co-Opportunity in Nebraska and Iowa served over 100,000 individuals, and it was seized by the state of Iowa after only 1 year and has since been liquidated, as you know. And people who were on these plans have been left confused, understandably, and frustrated as well. Once again, being forced to look for other insurance. Some even lost their plans that they were told they could keep, and so that's why they went to Co-Opportunity and yet lost that as well. Tennessee Community Health Alliance obviously serves some folks there. Now, it's my understanding that there have been some troubling signs and actual enrollment was suspended. Is that accurate? And that was suspended when?
That was suspended in the middle of January of this year.
Okay. And certainly I appreciate your work on the issue, and I know that these are difficult things to manage and to deal with. Now, my understanding was that the state of Iowa wanted to suspend enrollment, but were told they could not suspend and were forced to still offer the so-called qualified health plan. And can you walk me through the process that Tennessee engaged in to be able to suspend the enrollment?
Well, certainly. Thank you for the question. It was a very difficult time for us because we were first approached by Community Health Alliance that had been witnessing their enrollment increase substantially during the open enrollment period. And of course, the middle of January was still during the open enrollment period. We did a quick examination. We shared their concern. We considered the co-op to be at financial capacity. A few triggers in our state statute for hazardous financial condition had been met. We notified HHS, and I will tell you, our interaction was not as efficient as we had hoped at that point with HHS. They certainly had a differing opinion about the financial stability of the company. I took a very conservative approach, I think, because as Iowa and Nebraska experience, had something occurred with the co-op, it would be my responsibility to take receivership action or liquidation or seizure of the company. And so we were not comfortable with the level of enrollment. There was a tremendous amount of back and forth. Eventually, it did take about a week's time for HHS to agree to suspend the enrollment. But even that small victory, which again, as I mentioned in my comments, we think was the right decision for Tennessee, has been problematic for our Tennessee residents because our residents that had a plan with Community Health Alliance had extreme difficulty when HHS froze the enrollment and suspended them from the exchange. There was no ability to add a child that was born or adopted or any other qualifying event because in the mind of the federally facilitated marketplace, the plan ceased to exist. So all of those changes had to be performed manually, and it has not gone smoothly.
Very interesting. I'm curious, were you aware of Iowa's request to suspend enrollment?
I was not aware of the request to suspend before the seizure occurred. I knew that it was possible to stop enrollment and to essentially turn off the exchange enrollees, but it was, in my opinion, in Iowa and Nebraska only after the seizure was ordered.
Okay. You have a pretty good feeling about where the Community Health Alliance stands today?
At our request, Community Health Alliance has drawn down the full amount of startup loans from the federal government. We have a financial exam underway so that we know exactly where they stand. We've provided some we thought helpful information about administrative expenses to the company. And the rate request for 2016 that they have filed is over a 32% increase. I don't know that that's going to be sufficient to make the company sustainable and to remove the freeze for the upcoming year.
Okay. And to the best of your knowledge, is it true that only one of the 22 plans nationwide did not have an operating loss for 2014?
I did see a report that was consistent with that figure, yes, sir.
And would that maybe lead you to some concerns that maybe the loans Calling them loans wouldn't be the most accurate description?
I would agree, yes.
Okay. Thank you. I yield back.